Alright, so today we're talking about Bravas. Bravas is an IDP, it's an MDM, it's an SSO utility. It basically helps streamline the enrollment of your devices and the onboarding and offboarding of individuals at your company. So think of all of the tools that you use to onboard and offboard people, all the spreadsheets, all the processes, all the policies, everything that you do manually, all rolled into one easy to use package. That's Bravas. And not only that, but it's got baked in security right here. With Bravas, say goodbye to passwords. So again, passwordless technology, that is the future. And with Bravas, you're going to see that throughout the interface, which is just amazing. We don't see many MDMs out there on the market embracing this. We're going to start seeing it, but Bravas, I'm telling you, this is one of the first MDM providers that I'm seeing on the market really leveraging this technology, and it's just phenomenal. Not only for security, but the user experience using passwordless is just mind-blowing, especially when you're setting up a device with a code and a passkey instead of trying to remember a ton of passwords. All right, so let's create our passkey so that we can log into the interface and then we can take a look around. All right, so first things first, we're going to create our passkey. Now this is what the passkey generation page looks like, and I was invited as an administrator and I put in my passkey code, and now I'm going to go ahead and press submit. All right. Once I press submit, it's gonna automatically generate a passkey for me. On that again, I'm gonna click on this. It's gonna offer to sign in with that passkey. I'm gonna press sign in, and boom, now I'm signed in. Again, pure passwordless, amazing. All right, so now I'm in Bravas. Let's just take a look around. When I first come into the platform, I can see my IT fleet. I can see all of my computers listed, and I can see my user directory. Pretty easy and simple to understand. If I click on a computer record, I can see all the details about that computer, including the user that device is assigned to, and all of the information associated to that device, including all of the applications that are installed on that device. Very simple, easy to understand. If I click on the user directory, I can see all the users in my directory. I can click on a user and I can get all the information I need about that user, including applications that are assigned to that user, authentication tokens, and specific groups that that user might be associated with. Okay, we'll get back to groups here in a minute. Okay, so far so good. We have devices, we have users, and we can associate devices to users. Pretty straightforward. And that's it. This is so easy. Very easy to understand, very easy to use. So now let's dig into the configuration tab, because this is where the magic really happens. And as an IT administrator, I really think that you'll love this tab. Okay, so here we are. We're in the organization tab. We can see the organization groups, and we can create new groups, and we can also leverage our connections to Google and our Office 365 to pull in company groups. Well, how do you manage those connections? Well, let's go over to applications, and let's take a look at the application catalog. So as we can see here, we have a whole list of applications that are configured for us to be deployed. Now, some of these are desktop applications and some of these are iOS applications. We have little tiny icons next to each application. All right, so this is a Photoshop. This is an iOS application. As you can see, the green indicates that this is what it is. So this is iOS. It's highlighted, so this is an iOS app. All the other icons are grayed out. Therefore, that is not what those things are. This is Firefox. It's highlighted in green that it's a macOS app, so that is what this is. If I click on the Firefox application, we can get information about it. We can edit the name, and we can see that Firefox is indeed an application, and we can modify this application to be installed or not installed on a specific device or a specific device group. Now, we also have other connections or other applications like Google Workspace, for example. And in Google Workspace, we have a variety of different things. So Google Workspace is an iOS app. It's a series of iOS apps. It's a series of macOS apps. It's also passwordless authentication, and it's identity management. So when I click on Google Workspace, we're configuring all 4 of those things in one application. I know it's blowing my mind. In the General tab, the ability to connect all of the information here for passwordless authentication, and if you were to connect a passwordless authentication with any other tool, they would send you to a wiki article with long instructions that are hard to understand. And what we're seeing here is an easy to follow wizard with links and copy and paste URLs that make it super easy to go to these places, upload a certificate, download, and boom, 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 we're clicking through, and we are creating that passwordless connection. Same thing with identity management. It gives us the information that we need to open up a Google shell and to create the information that we need, and it takes us through step by step by step by step, and boom, we are done, and it configures that process. Now, no other tool that I know of brings you through the process like this in such an intuitive and easy way. Just amazing, mind-blowing. All right, now we're into the application section. So we want to deploy Chrome, we want to deploy Google Drive on our desktop devices for macOS. We can turn that on or we can turn that off. So when we install this application, or when we associate this application to a device or to a user group, it will automatically deploy these because we have those toggled on to install. And then for iOS, we have all of these turned on. So again, if we have this application configured to a group that's assigned to devices for iOS, we're going to see these applications automatically install. So again, all of these things are configured at the application level. If we were going to configure this on any other MDM, let's just say JAMF or JumpCloud or anything else, we would be looking at hours of creating scripts, configuration profiles, multiple things, multiple steps. We would be spending hours to make sure that everything looks right. And here we're looking at easy toggle switches, and boom, we can even see exactly how many licenses we have left. I mean, just super intuitive, super amazing. I mean, just kudos. I love this interface. And not only that, we can click on Add Application. We can browse the catalog of applications and we can add them right in here. Now, and one of the really cool features here is that if there is not an application in the application library, you can request it and they'll add it typically within a day. So if you're using Bravas and there's not an application in the library, don't even think about trying to upload. You don't even need to upload applications anymore. I mean, what's the point? I mean, you don't even need that functionality when you have a whole team behind you that will package applications for you. And here's the kicker. When an application is added to the catalog, they're maintaining that forever. Now they're testing those updates and they're pushing those updates out to you, and they're maintaining those updates for forever. So when you add something to the catalog, they're actually committed to ensuring that they're downloading those updates and curating those updates over the lifetime of that application, which is just amazing. It's an amazing commitment to security. You don't see that a lot these days. All right, so now that we've created the applications and the links to the applications, here's where the magic happens. Because now we can take those groups that we talked about, and we can take those applications and those links that we talked about, and we can put them into logical groupings. And when we do that, we can say, okay, I have an HR team. These are the applications and the connections I want the HR team to have. And this is the help desk team. This is the application stack that I want the HR team to have. And this is the marketing team. This is the stack that I want the marketing team to have. And look, they're all different. They all have some similar things, but they all have some different things. And configuring these different groupings is as easy as dragging and dropping. And adding and removing applications from these groupings is just super easy. And so now I can have different departments with different applications, and instead of creating different profiles and different smart groups or whatever, now I'm just creating very logical, easy to understand link groups, and it's, I don't know, it's just really phenomenal. Okay, so, and finally down here in the bottom, we can see we can easily manage our links to VPP and Apple Business Manager. Oh, and one other thing, they're going to be releasing support for Windows here pretty soon too. So if you have a hybrid environment like I do, and you need to onboard both Mac and Windows environments, well, stay tuned, because they will be releasing Windows support, and we're going to see an amazing ability to do this entire thing that I'm just talking about, not only on the Mac side, which is what we're demoing today, but on the Windows side as well. Okay, so we've got our groups, we've got our users. So now if we go back to the Operate tab and we take a look at those users again, and we take a look at a device. So let's just take a look at a device. So we can see here Ada, and we take a look at Ada, and we see here when I clicked on Ada, it zipped me right over to Ada. And when I click on Ada, we can see here that Ada is in the Demo Maker family and the Mac Admins group, which means that Ada is going to get all the applications and all the settings combined from both of these groups, which is just amazing on that device. So it's tied to Ada's user account. So again, I can associate Ada to multiple users or multiple user groups, and when I do that, it automatically makes the changes to her computer based on the group settings. So just really amazing, really cool, really intuitive, and really smart management, and easy to understand. All right, well, that's Bravas in a nutshell. This is the back end of Bravas. In the next tutorial, we're going to show you how it actually works in terms of how to enroll a device. We're going to look at user enrollment, and then we're going to see exactly how it looks like when we put a device or a user on a device, and what it looks like when applications start installing and access to accounts start provisioning to specific devices. So stay tuned to that. If you like this video, click on the little bell for notifications and subscribe. If you want to learn more about Bravas, there's a link in the description below where you can sign up for a demo account, and hit me up, and I'm happy to talk to you about more of the functionality of Bravas. It's an amazing tool, and I really hope you enjoyed my walkthrough of Bravas. Thanks.